Hello everyone, this is my third take because first take I explained everything horribly, it was too long. Second take, my microphone was muted. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Subscribe. So yeah, teach you guys how to do circles. So first of all, how to create a circle. Now, don't overcomplicate things. You have this, right? You have on the x-axis, you can see the blue thing, and then the green thing is for the y-axis. You can see the degree, or the degrees. Essentially, we're going to loop 360 times. We're going to change that though. We are going to loop 360 times, and then this is going to be the degree. You can see. Yeah, this is what we get. So this can go up to, it's going to go from -1 to 1, both of these values, and essentially what we do. We multiply what we get by those, but yeah, it's just ignore this pitch stuff right here. This is for the y stuff, but we're not gonna deal with that now. Now if you're a script developer, you should be able to understand this. Come on. All right, radius times what we get, right? Like I said, it goes from 1 to -1. Both these values. So yeah. The yaw. Think of it as the yaw as the degree. The yaw is like where you're looking. Yaw is like this, right? It's like this and pitches up and down. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if you want to make a vertical circle, you can one on the y-axis. You can simply just put these calculations, right? Put the y here and whatnot, right? This is what Skript does. You have the spherical vector syntax right here. So spherical vector with radius 0.1, yaw, pitch, right? That's what it is. So you can see the step. Think of the step as how much spacing. So the higher it is, the more spacing there's going to be between your particles in your circle, right? That's essentially what it is, right? So this has to be very customizable. You can go 0.5 if you really want to, right? But you don't have to, right? If you're a Java developer, make sure the step is a double, not an integer, or else you're gonna have a headache. Yeah, use a double right here. Spherical vector style. I've created my own function, but we're not gonna use that. It's really not needed. Skript has its own stuff right here. You can see we've created an expanding and rod circle if you didn't notice. So if you don't know, a vector could be a list of 3 things, right? It could be a number, could be those list of 3 things could be numbers, right? And those numbers could represent XYZ coordinates, and that could be a location, right? A position, or it could be a direction. How does that work? Think of this. Say this block is at 0, 0, 0. This one's at 1, 1, 1, right? What's the direction from this block to this block? What's the direction, right? It's obviously like this or something, a little upwards, you know. And that's pretty much it. That's all it is. So we're just taking this location of the player and add this vector on top of it. And this vector is essentially going to be the numbers that we need to do to manipulate the player's location to make like the circle thing, whatever it is. And then the offset. Think of the offset as usually the offset is supposed to be for spread. If you want to spread your particles around, right? I can show you. Right, I'm pretty sure you should know that. I can show you right here. Say I'm spawning 5 NY particles. In the offset, let's say it was vector 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, right? This is going to be the spread, right? This is going to be a spread around. This is going to be. I cannot speak today. This is going to be the spread. It's going to be 0.2 in the x-axis. On the y-axis, it's going to be 0.2. On the z-axis, it's going to be 0.2, right? This is the spread, right? You can customize it a lot. Very cool, right? And then, let's just say I'm going to make this 0, right? Because I don't want to mess up anything. You can see, wrong command. There's particles too small. 5, there you go. There we go. You can see there's a little spread out more, right? Or like I've said, how a vector could be a direction. If you put in a direction This is for the vector, and then you make it spawn 0. Now it depends on which particle sports this. Only moving particles do. For example, Enrod, flame particles, soul particles, skulk soul fire particles, soul fire flame particles. There's a lot of. I cannot speak. There's a lot of them. So yeah, you just have to experiment with them, you know. And then for this other thing, this is just an example. So we can just remove this, ignore this for now. So this is essentially an example I've made. So if you wanted to get the direction of something, from this is going to be point B, and this is going to be point A, right? So you can, I'm pretty sure you saw this command, test123. It just sends an end-rod particle forward. That's all it does. That's all it does. Nothing else. And we just take this, right? This is point B, and then minus it by point A, right? We do this for all the things, and then for the vector right here, we should do that, and then boom. That's all it is. And then you can customize the speed right here. Extra is usually speed, but for other particles, it could mean something else. You can see it's right over there. Very cool. For our Java code, this is essentially like something I've made. This is just an example I've made right here. This is for a mod, but you should be able to understand it, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Very cool, right? Now rotating vectors, right? Rotating vectors, woo. Now we have here our vector, right? This is going to be an example. Now we can do rotate around X, Y, and Z, right? This is going to be the angle, whatever you want to call it. This is essentially what it is, right? You can play around with it. Very cool, right? Rotate around X, Y, Z. You can see right here. We have script syntax too. Very cool script. And then we can use that, but I'm not going to use it. If you want to create a vertical circle, go to the yaw. This is, I don't know why this should not be named yaw. This should actually be named pitch, not pitch. Angle. There we go. Angle. There we go. The angle, you should make it pitch right here instead. And this is going to create a particle in the vertical. Yeah. Yep, there you go. That's what it is, essentially. Oops. There we go. And now, if you want to rotate it, like I showed you, play around with the rotation. It's a lot of trial and error, like a lot. So, yeah. So, if you want to do spread with this, just do, like, you know, you can do the random stuff. Just search up how to do random numbers in Skript or something. I'm pretty sure you have random numbers in Skript, right? Random number. There you go. Random integer and number. Now, these are different. Integer essentially will give you a random, yeah, right here. Use number if you want any number with decimal parts. Use integer if you only want whole numbers, right? Oh, numbers. Order of numbers does not matter. Yeah, the order of number does not matter. Very cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it right here. Random number. You can use that, do that with the x coordinates, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. If you really want to use spread with those stuff. So yeah, very cool. Very cool, right? What do you say? Now for Java, if you still do not understand how to use offset, now inside, it's gonna be annoying, isn't it? P location dot get location. What am I doing? Get world dot spawn particle. You can see there's a lot of the same thing. Okay. Excuse me. There we go. Okay, yeah. This is very bad. You can see the double X, Y, and Z, and then you have offset, right? The offset, this is what it is in Skript. Same thing we have in Skript right here. Right, right here. Except we have to provide a vector. I guess this is what SKB wants us to do. Spawn particle. So you can see. Where's SKB? Come on. Particle spawn, right? It wants a vector for the offset. Now this is also called delta. There's a lot of names. but it's mostly called the offset. Even internally in Minecraft, it's called an offset. So whatever it is. So you can see a vector. It wants a vector, not 3 numbers, which a vector is 3 numbers. So whatever it is. Now the extra usually is just speed. It could be something else depending on what particle it is, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's the end of it. Now I've created this other system for creating this stuff, so you have this spacing between them. But this is complicated. Just do this. All right. It's probably performs better too. All right. So yeah, very cool, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode because it took me a while. So yeah, take care.